Until Then is an interactive fiction set in the Southeast Asian country, the Philippines, with various fun-themed minigames as you go through the story. My name's Sasha and I just spent about 20 hours playing this game and my emotions went through a roller coaster of a ride. In your quote-unquote first playthrough, you can actually finish the chapters in about 10 hours, but that's not the whole story. You would still have to continue it. While the game is mostly compared to A Space for the Unbound, I find that at least in terms of story progression, it is more similar to Raging Loop in a sense that there's a whole lot of difference in your succeeding playthroughs compared to the first. And not your typical visual novels where the text or some scenario will change just because of the choice you made. In this video, I'll be sharing what I loved about Until Then, as well as some areas where I think it could use a little improvement. And hopefully by the end, you'll have a clear idea if this game fits your gaming style. Just a heads up, while we've been given early access to the 1.0 full release, the opinions stated here are our own. And there might be minor spoilers, but nothing that you'll figure out in the first hour of the game. So here's 5 things you need to know before playing Until Then. First up is the world building and lore. Until Then is set in the Philippines, which lets you glimpse into the life of a teenager in a vibrant and culturally rich environment. You'll be exploring a variety of places like the busy city streets, peaceful countryside, and school settings that feel incredibly detailed and real. Well, as realistic as pixel art can make. As someone from the Philippines, I truly appreciate the detailed settings and cultural references. How the game captures the essence of the country, creating a rich and unique immersive experience. But rest assured, while nostalgia is a factor in my enjoyment, I believe that people who are not too familiar with the culture will still find themselves having fun in this vibrant world. The story follows Mark, a high school student dealing with typical teenage issues like homework, friendships, and personal insecurities, at least on the surface. Things then take a mysterious turn when people start disappearing and memories become unreliable. Mark and his friends will try to uncover hidden truths and figure out what's going on. The story can get pretty deep and might not be as straightforward as the game's description makes us believe. That said, the game doesn't forget how to have fun, and a lot of slice-of-life scenarios are funny and heartwarming. The game's ability to mix mundane activities with a deeper narrative is definitely one of its strong suits. You will really feel that the world is lived in, and not just a setting to showcase the main protagonist. Then we have the cast. This is where Until Then shines the most for me. Our hero Mark is just a regular high school student dealing with all the usual stuff, like homework, friends, and trying to fit in. I start cramming my projects at the last hour too. With both his parents working abroad, he has this sort of freedom, but as we would learn later on, can also be a form of shackles. And it's this duality that makes the story so layered in its storytelling. It's not just Mark. Everyone, his best friends, his classmates, friends, they all feel like real people with real problems, that no one is at the center of the universe. The characters are well developed and relatable, with personal stories that can resonate deeply with anyone. For me, it makes the storyline more engaging and emotional. My favorite part will be experiencing love and loss with them. Next is the game mechanics. The game is ultimately a visual novel, an interactive fiction. Most of the time you'll be reading. But my favorite part will be the immersion. There are a lot of games that have incorporated social media into their game, so it's not exactly an innovative mechanic, but I love the implementation of it. How you can be chatting with your friends, your project groupmates, your crush all at once. That you can interact with every post and every link shared can actually direct you to a site that has its own different links as well. I know it's still reading, but if you want to take a break in the story progression, you can always check out the articles in the links for a deeper understanding of the game's lore. The game will also let you engage in various activities that mirror everyday teenage life. You can practice piano and play minigames like karaoke, racing to school, or fighting for food at a stand. There are so many fun games all themed in the Filipino culture that I wish once you unlock them in the story, you could have an option to play them outside of it. Like you can access them in the main menu or something. I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity. And while the games themselves are pretty intuitive, one improvement to the user experience would be an instructions screen right at the start of the game. It would have saved me a few first rounds in trying to figure out what the goal is and which buttons to press. These are just minor things really, but what stressed me the most is that there is no manual save function. Or I might have missed it entirely. Let me know in the comments. There are certain sections in the story that get auto-saved, so the game does get saved and you can load it in what they call scenes. But if you need to step outside of the game for a while, you will need to wait until the autosave kicks in, let your game stay open, or just resume from an earlier autosave and just repeat some parts of the game. It's not ideal, but those are how you can work around it. And another feature that's more of a hope to have really is the option to have the autoplay function. It's more prevalent in traditional visual novels where the gameplay is reading and choosing a branching plotline. Until Then might be veering away from that, but it doesn't hurt to have a tried and tested mechanic in its repertoire. I know, it might seem that I have a lot of complaints, but really these are just things that could be improved over time in an already fun and immersive interaction fiction with multiple game mechanics. Moving on, we have the visuals and audio. The game looks amazing with its mix of pixel art and 3D graphics. The bright colors and detailed scenes make the game come alive. As I play through the game and go through the different locations, I can't help but think, hey, that does look like the train station with those multiple out-of-service machines. Hey, that will be what a jeep looks like if there weren't any passengers. Hey, that looks like... you get the idea. The game plays to my nostalgia, but I'm sure the details of the setting or landscape alone can already pull you into the story regardless if you're familiar with the culture or not. One thing I would also point out is the expressions of the cast. I never thought pixelated models could be so expressive. The characters also have different outfits, different postures, and their uniforms have unique twists that showcase their personalities. And that's amazing, really. Kudos to the art team. Then we have the music, the last piece to this emotional and heartwarming tale. Not to spoil too much, but the music actually plays a critical role in the story, and I'm here for it. It tugs at your heartstrings and is very well integrated with the narrative. That said, my favorite part would be the sound effects. The random whispers, talks, and screams from random people when the cast is outside are pretty realistic and funny. It's in Filipino and it makes me giddy when I understand it. If you don't understand the Filipino language, it's alright, you're not missing out on anything. It's just a fun Easter egg. Overall, I feel that the game's art style and music are really well thought out and well integrated with each other. What sets Until Then apart is its blend of everyday high school life and a gripping mystery. The game tackles themes of love, loss, and friendship that make it relatable and compelling. I definitely enjoy the cultural setting and how it offers a fresh perspective compared to other games. The combination of the realistic interactions, the cultural authenticity, and quite an intriguing storyline makes Until Then a standout experience in my book. I love the beautiful animation, the great storytelling, and the fun characters. I might have teared up a bit at the end there, and that's just a testament to what a wonderfully executed interactive fiction can do. Until Then is a must-play for anyone who enjoys or is interested in a heartfelt, engaging, and thought-provoking narrative. The game's realistic world-building, relatable characters, and amazing blend of everyday life and mystery make it an unforgettable experience. Narrative games are like a relaxing escape into a world where you can explore at your own pace with cozy mechanics and story-rich narratives. And in this video, I list down my top cozy and farming games where I share my gameplay experience with a focus on the narratives. If you enjoy games like these as much as I do, you won't want to miss this. So click on the video and I'll see you there. Stay awesome, gamers!